When you start to pull back and become less proactive, what changes happen in the other person's mind? When you stop actively trying to please them and instead choose to step back, what goes on in their head? A lot of people, when they decide to cut contact or withdraw, often say, they never reach out to me anyway. If I don't take the initiative, I might lose them completely. What I want to say is, it's precisely this kind of thinking that stops you from taking action. And in the end, it makes them grow more and more impatient in the relationship. Gradually, you'll find yourself losing control, even losing your voice in the relationship. In this video, I'll dive deep into this issue from a psychological perspective. Listen carefully and you'll understand why I keep advising you to step back and cut contact. First, you need to understand that withdrawing is about self-respect. It's not just a reaction to protect your pride. It's more about the dynamic between being proactive and passive in emotional interactions. They don't have to be deeply in love with you to react when you pull back. Got it? In any relationship, there's always one person who's more active and one who's more passive. When someone is pursuing you, the person being pursued feels a unique kind of power. What is this power? It's the sense of control and influence you have when someone is constantly showing you affection. You get to decide when to meet, when to respond, and even whether to keep in touch. This power comes from their attention and validation. How does this validation show up? Through their invitations, enthusiastic conversations, and compliments, all expressions of their feelings for you. This kind of validation helps suppress our negative emotions. Everyone has moments of negativity, whether from childhood trauma or experiences growing up. Under the influence of these experiences, most people unconsciously fall into self-doubt, feeling like they're not good enough or even unworthy of love. But when we're wrapped up in these negative emotions, someone else's validation feels like a warm ray of sunshine breaking through. It helps us push down those negative feelings. This is why most people crave close relationships, because the validation from others makes us feel valued and gives us a better sense of self. But suddenly, when that validation or that power is taken away, the negative emotions you've been suppressing erupt like a volcano. You start wondering, am I not good enough? Were they lying when they said those nice things? Were they just playing with me? Do they have other intentions? Did I say something wrong last time? Did they notice something about me that turned them off? These kinds of thoughts start flooding in. In relationships, this dynamic is pretty easy to spot. When someone who's been chasing you suddenly stops or starts pulling back, maybe they don't reach out as much, stop engaging with your social media, or suddenly become too busy, you'll notice the shift. Now let's say you've been the one pursuing someone. They might actually like you, but your overly enthusiastic pursuit and constant initiative might make them suppress some of their feelings for you. This makes it hard for them to clearly realize they actually like you. So when you stop chasing and no longer show active interest, they'll feel the gap more clearly. Because of these negative emotions, they'll start pursuing you. Why? Because their inner self wants to resolve those negative feelings. In other words, they crave validation from you. They want to know if they still have that power over you, if they still have that influence. They're desperate to know if you still like them, if you still validate them the way you used to. It's like a painkiller. When something hurts, you take medicine to ease the pain. In this case, your validation is their painkiller. They're hoping to get that validation from you. You'll notice they start becoming more proactive, initiating plans, being more romantic. How proactive they are depends on how much negativity they're feeling or how much pain they're carrying inside. Got it? If you have relationship issues, feel free to talk to me.